Hey there, Subnauticans. Cougar here, showcasing 3 great new mods for the amazing underwater survival game, Subnautica. Today we're going to be taking a look at the More Ingots mod by Alexa Hero YTB, the Custom Food mod by Jens Gaming, and the Base Clocks mod by Phenolphthalein. Let us start with the simplest mod, by which I don't mean that it was probably simplest to mod. This is probably fairly difficult to have modded, but simple to explain and understand. The Base Clocks mod simply adds, stand by, let me get us down to our rec room, simply adds 2 clocks to your habitat builder menu. You can choose from an analog clock and a digital clock. Let's build one of each. They require copper wire and titanium to build, and can be set between in-game time and your system time. So if you want to be showing the in-game time, this is what time it is right now. This is military time, so it's 3:51, almost 4 o'clock. And yes, it's moving quickly because the game time in Subnautica moves quickly. You can also click it to set it to your own personal system time. So this is East Coast time right now. It's if you want to keep track of the time in the real world while you're in Subnautica. Let's look at the other mods now. For that, I will take you down to our fabricator. And show you the More Ingots mod. Now, a lot of people are asking why there isn't the ability, or asking for the ability, to stack items in inventory. And that seems like a fairly reasonable request, and we do not have that ability yet. But what we do have now, thanks to Alexa Hero YTB, is the ability to craft ingots out of basically any of the materials in the game. So let's go ahead and make it. Before I start, let me just explain that because I'm using the Easy Craft mod, this is pulling diamonds and materials from storage containers all over this base, so you don't have to have them all in your inventory. So 10 diamonds to make a diamond ingot, a lithium ingot, let's make a lead ingot, a silver ingot, a nickel ingot, a ruby ingot, a uraninite ingot, and last but not least, a quartz ingot. So what have we got now? If we look in our inventory, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 different ingots. That's 80 storage slots that just freed up here on my base, in my storage. So here is a form of stacking for all you people who think that there should be stacking in the Subnautica inventories. As long as we're here, and by the way, I should mention that yes, you can obviously unpack these ingots as well back down into their constituent materials. So now we have 10 rubies again. Great. Now, as long as we're here, let's take a look at the Custom Food mod by Jens Gaming. This is great. A lot of people have wanted to be able to do this. This adds 6 new juices that you can make and 4 new cakes that you can make. Let's start with the juices. 1 bladderfish and 1 peeper gets us a bladdeeper juice. 1 bladderfish and 1 boomerang gets us a bladderang juice. A bladderay juice from a garryfish and a bladderfish. A bladder spade juice from the bladderfish and the spadefish. And a bladder hover juice from a bladderfish and a hoverfish. There is also the bladder whole juice. I could not actually find a whole fish to do this, but there you go. And for the cakes, a creep cake from Creepvine sample and a coral tube sample. A fruit cake from coral tube sample and a lantern fruit. a potato cake from Coral Tube Sample and Chinese Potato, and a Bulbo cake from Coral Tube Sample and a Bulbo Tree Sample. Now these are all customizable by editing a text file. Right now, the default version, they all have the same nutritional value, which is plus 30 food and plus 40 H2O. Or excuse me, well that's for the juices. The creep cakes give you plus 40 food and plus 30 H2O. But again, these values and the names of the juices can all be modified simply by opening the mod file using a text editor and typing in whatever values or whatever names you want. Now I am thirsty and hungry right now. I'm at 25% food and 30% hydration. So let's go ahead and drink a Bladeeper juice. You can really taste the bladderfish. And a creep cake for 40 food and 30 H2O. And look at that, we are right back up to full food and water. And these will stay good forever. They will never go bad. You can carry them around or store them. So now we have the ability to craft juices and cakes, and the ability to craft ingots out of materials and break those materials back down from ingots into regular materials. Before I let you go, I just wanted to say a couple of quick words about the EasyCraft mod. I showcased it in one of my earliest mod videos, and I just started a new playthrough, a new modded playthrough, just to kind of assess the impact of all these mods on the game as a new player, you know, as a fresh start player. And I have to say that the mod that I find has the biggest impact on the game and makes the game so much more fun to play has got to be the EasyCraft mod. When someone first posted the suggestion on the Steam discussions board, we should be able to, the fabricator should pull materials from nearby storage containers when you're doing crafting, I was like, oh, come on, is it really that hard to use your brain and remember where you stored stuff and how much stuff you have? Well, that's not the fun part of the game. You know, the fun part of the game is going out and gathering materials. And the point should be that, yes, you have made the effort to go out and gather those materials, whether you use the scanning room or whatever you use to do that. And the point should not be, it should not be a little mini game about where did I store that, how many of that stuff, how much of that stuff do I have. That is not fun. That is just drudgery and boring and frustrating at times. So the EasyCraft mod, I think, just has a huge impact on the game, and I highly recommend it, even to new players. And usually I would say, you know, please, I would urge players to play the game the way the devs intended to begin with. But having played with the EasyCraft mod activated, this is a mod that you will be grateful for from day one crash down of the Aurora right off to your liftoff from the planet. You'll use it every day and be grateful that it's there every single day. So I highly recommend the EasyCraft mod. But that'll do it for now. We looked at the More Ingots mod by Alexa Hero YTB, the Custom Food mod by Jens Gaming, and Base Clocks by Phenolphthalein. Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying these mod showcases, and there'll be more of them as more mods are released. Stay safe, stay dry.